We good? All right. Hey, ballers, welcome to If These Balls Could Talk, the podcast that's there for you regardless of how you voted in this past election. This is Mark, along with John and our producer, Pete, and we're getting ready to discuss the latest in sports, tech, and pop culture. If you like what you hear or see, please hit like and subscribe by tickling that little bell.
Tickle, tickle.
If you may have noticed, we do not have a guest tonight. Unfortunately, we were supposed to have Paul Arante on, but he canceled. He couldn't make it at the last second. Paul, we wish you the best and hope to get you on the show again sometime soon.
Yeah.
Punch some faces.
We will miss you, dude.
Face
John,
puncher.
John, how you been?
I am great. I am running out of things to watch with Jamie. And so I had this great idea that my preteen daughter is ready to watch Once Upon a Time with me. So we're gonna watch all 7 seasons.
That show gets weird.
44 episodes. We're gonna kill it.
That show gets weird really quickly. I mean, in a cool like dark Disney.
Well, you know what?
way.
Here's the thing. She likes strong females. There's a lot of strong females on that show. She likes kind of whodunits. It's like a little bit of an episode of the week whodunit thing. So like I was like, oh, this show is perfect.
There's definitely a lot of character growth, even in the villains, which I like a lot.
Yeah, we watched the pilot. Pilot was still very good the second time through. Ginny Goodwin is awesome.
I thought the first season as a whole was really good. Even the second season, maybe, and by the time you get to like 3 or 4, it starts getting weird.
I don't remember why I didn't finish it, but I think their world building really started to affect me when they're like, "Here's a brand new fairy tale and 12 characters from it we're going to release." It got overwhelming. Overwhelming, exactly. Got ice cream today. It was good.
What kind of ice cream?
We go to a local place, not a sponsor, Emac and Bolio's, which is over on.
I know where you go.
No, we don't go there every time. This is where we went this last time. I got a thing called Deep Purple Chip, which is raspberry ice cream with big dark chocolate chunks in it. It's my.
It sounds really good.
It is so good.
Sounds healthy.
Jamie got into the car with a little bit of teenage frustration. I was like, "So you want to get ice cream now, then?" And she was like, "Yes, okay." Let's do it.
Oh no.
We're gonna get ice cream.
Hey, if it made her day better, then you did good as a dad.
And then she had 2 tests to study for, so she did that. I got lost in some work stuff. Starting a new project from an application that I found that got purchased. We're gonna do it's a notification application that we're gonna put on our system phones that we're gonna be able to do we're going to be able to know who is in the general location area, so we can text out emergency notifications, God forbid, like active shooter things, but mostly like snow, disaster recovery, stuff like that. So that was a thing that the executives really wanted. So it's going to happen, and I get to be in charge of it. So that's cool.
Cool.
I have one of those on my phone for one of my jobs, and I swear the only notification I ever get is that they're testing it.
Hey,
but
whatever.
Considering I'm also remote, I mean, if something was happening,
good news, right?
Yeah, if something was happening at the office that like the closest office near me, still doesn't really affect me because
I know we're gonna get
35 minutes away
to sports and stuff. But I see your sweatshirt, Mark. Is Drake May the real deal?
I mean, he's growing into the role. I think
he's not the real deal.
Okay. I just wish he had an offensive line and receivers.
I mean, he had did you see him
running backs?
Did you see him
shake
actually,
Andre is pretty good.
Did you see him shake 100 tackles?
Yeah.
At the end of that last game,
I mean, he's young. He's young. He can do those things.
He's nimbly bimbly.
He's nimbly bimbly.
He's rumbling, mumbling, stumbling. Okay. I'm much more excited about the Patriots if Drake May is under center than Jacoby Brissett, because we know exactly who Jacoby Brissett is at this time in his career.
I mean, the offense is clearly better. Just because they're scoring more points, the proof's in the pudding. So
it's new and fresh. At the very least, it's more entertaining at the very least. Fresh.
She's fresh as it fresh.
Dude, Cincy's defense woke the fuck up.
It's so exciting to me.
Yeah, they did. Logan Wilson is a bad man.
Yes. So kickball is finally over for myself as I had the second round of playoffs. Unfortunately, we lost in the semifinals. We lost to the eventual champions as well. So, I mean,
right?
That's something to hang your hat on, but, it's much nicer to win than it is to not win.
Yes.
Pete, how are you?
Good. We got through celebrating Steph's 29th birthday.
Yeah.
Actually 40th, but I mean 29th. And it was a ton of fun. Spent way too much money on that party. But no, I'm just kidding.
It was a very nice party.
It was awesome. I'm sorry we couldn't make it, Mark. I know you had prior engagements, but we will hope to see you soon because we got Liam's first birthday coming up. He's been good.
If I get this house that I've listed under contract, then I will be there.
Nice. Oh, that's great.
If I don't, then I have to show it.
Understandable. So that's been pretty fun getting ready for him. Finishing up there. I've started running or trying to get running again, taking advantage of the nice weather. Got 2 runs in
so nice.
Back-to-back days this week. I haven't done that in a while.
It's been so nice, but it gets so dark earlier.
I know. I've had to like break in the middle of my workday and be like, going running.
Yeah.
Come back and work another 2 hours. It's like a sweaty mess. But yeah, no, I mean, that's been pretty much it. And, you know, a crazy ass election happened, but otherwise just doing my thing.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. The AMD 9800X 3D processor came out, and I'm a super nerd, so I thought that was exciting. So if I upgrade my computer, it'll probably be to that. So it's a pretty cool CPU. That sounds super boring, and I'm so sorry. I apologize to all my fans about
Pete's
that.
going to give a TED talk about
our
CPUs on the Patreon that we don't have. That'd be great. Really good. Really good for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Okay.
But before did the glacier? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say before this gets even more boring, please, Mark, save me.
So, what did the glacier want to say to the Titanic?
What?
Allow me to break the ice.
Oh.
It's time for warm up your balls.
I love to be in charge of the fire.
Cast it into the fire. Oh.
Repeat.
All right.
Side note about Pete, Pete just said. I saw an AI concert had LOTR and fire above it, and all the characters of Lord of the Rings, like you know, the fucking Legolas and
like all the
Frodo
hobbits and that, like Legolas, Gimli, Aragorn.
They were all playing. They were all members of the band.
Huh.
And Saruman was like rocking out with his lead guitar. Like, it's awesome. It looked like shit because it was a very bad AI render. But
could we ask AI to do that, but make them look like the animatronic band members from Chuck E. Cheese?
Yes.
And that I would watch.
5 Nights at Baramir's.
All right.
Trademarked.
So guys, since we have no guests tonight, are we just gonna kind of rapid fire these and just whoever answers?
Should go around the circle.
Okay. Well, guys, here we go.
You can start.
Do a rockapella.
What's a cause you're passionate about?
You know what I said to Mel today?
That's a good question.
It's wrong.
No, I don't.
This is how I tell stories. I'm Italian, with my hands and lots of exposition. I expose. I said Mel today, I was like, you know what? I was so fired up about the election, and it's not because I'm like fiscally kind of centrist. I think I'm a feminist. And I think it's because I have a daughter, and that's awesome to me. But I was really fired up about the main thing, and I said it on our Pete noticed on our chat thread. I said it on our chat thread. Everybody was talking about how bad the Republicans are, and they are, and how bad Trump is, and it is. But I think the real sad part about this election is the failure in women's rights, and the fact that a overqualified woman lost to a bumbling, racist, narcissistic homophobe. Right? Isn't that fucking terrible?
For the second time.
For the second time.
And pretty decisively this time, too, which is even...
And she lost because she was a woman.
Well, and she lost by a landslide. I'm not 100% convinced she lost because she's a woman, but she got her butt kicked.
Yeah.
Did you see
Yeah,
the?
it's like a 5 million difference in popular vote so
Did you
far. They're not done
see
counting.
the
But
minority exit polls? Because
Yeah.
they made a lot of the minorities I know very, very sad. The exit polling was terrible, and she lost the Hispanic male vote. She lost the Black male vote. She lost a lot of things that she should have won. And there's only one explanation. It's only one explanation.
I mean,
it sucks.
No, let's not oversimplify it like that, okay? While you are correct, and probably in some people's minds, yes, they're not ready for a woman to be in the White House. I don't believe that really was like the number one root cause. I really don't.
People also vote with their wallets, and everybody is starting.
People vote with their wallets. They want things to change, and they're seeing Kamala as the same administration, and they just want to vote for the other party.
Yeah,
regardless of who was in there.
And if you look at a lot of the issues that were most concerning, or at least a lot of voters' concerns that ultimately ended up voting for Trump, I feel like that was the biggest takeaway of the whole thing. Everybody wanted the revolutionary populist candidate, not realizing that it's the revolutionary populist hyper conservative dictator candidate. They forgot about those last two parts, and now they're going to fuck around and find out.
I found it amazing how much he won the popular vote too.
That's what I was saying. It was a 5 million vote difference the last time I checked, and I mean, I don't think they're still. I mean, they're probably going to still be counting votes for a while from the biggest cities.
I was sad about it, but I went to bed on Tuesday, and I went to bed pretty late on Tuesday, and I just looked at it, and I'm just like, "There's no way." And I was like, okay, that sucks.
Oh, I think I knew at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
it wasn't looking good for.
I had that same feeling I had in 2016
for sure by that
point. All right, let's go to another one.
Well, does anyone have a positive cause that we're passionate about that didn't get
I'm
dumped
still,
on this?
It's the
still a positive cause, right?
I'm still passionate about Jamie.
Of course,
I'm passionate about women's rights now. I'm passionate about the fact that she can be anything she wants to be. I'm passionate about the fact that she shouldn't put herself under anyone. She shouldn't be quiet because she's a girl. I mean, she shouldn't do any of that stuff. I think it's important to tell our little girls that they matter. Like their opinions matter, that they're powerful and they're smart and they're strong. And I'm very, very passionate about that.
That's something I think we can all get behind for sure.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
And damn. Okay, we're gonna spin the wheel here. Ooh, what's a goal you're working toward right now?
Well, I won't go first this time.
So I have 2 road races coming up. So I'd like to do better than the last race that I did. So, but I'm not off to a very good start because I haven't ran once this week. I have started my normal race diet early though. So that means no fried foods and no beer.
Sad
but beer's the best race fuel.
Until Thanksgiving.
Okay.
You guys are going to really like my long-term goal.
What's your long-term goal?
I'm excited.
I'm going to run a 5K in 25.
Yes.
You hear that, Oak?
Only a 5K. I'm not going crazy. But I'm walking probably...
Can we film like a Rocky training montage for you?
Fuck yeah, we can.
Awesome.
I'll use Mel's GoPro. This will be awesome.
Dom, you name the time and the place. And we'll try to be there.
Cool one. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I mean, I am run walking every day for about a half hour at about 3 to 4 miles an hour.
There you go.
Which gets me about 2 miles a day ish. I'm walking more than I'm running. I mean, mostly that's because I have this plantar sore in my foot that hurts like a fucking bitch.
Oof.
And
make sure you get the right shoes and right
soles, all about the shoes.
Right inserts for the shoes, all that,
and shit like that. That's the stuff that's going sideways now. But that's why the last time Pete and I talked about this. The last time I went too fast, and so I'm going really, really slow, really slow.
Yeah, I think this time too.
Totally good.
There's a shoe store in Malta actually. Next time we're up there, that hooked me up. They did like a scan of my foot. And they found and I mean they found
definitely do those, yeah.
And it's not like you even need a custom shoe. They just have They find the best couple off the shelf shoes. You try a few on, but knowing what your foot structure is, and then they can modify them with like just some custom inserts that are not that much more money. And
That's cool.
damn, I never ever would have tried Saucony shoes until I did that. And I love these shoes. I've had them now for like 2 seasons because I don't run enough. Although they're starting to wear off.
I learned a long time ago, you don't cheap out on when you're a runner, you don't cheap out on shoes.
No.
Like you can buy cheap other stuff, but shoes, I mean, you're using these for in a lot of respects up to 500 miles. So you need them to last and you need them to fit your foot exactly the way that they should.
They should feel like a nice soft cushy glove when you are starting the run and when you're ending the run. Like your feet should not feel uncomfortable even at the end of that. And if they are, then you need a better shoe for your foot.
I do have a different shoe for my long runs though, with the low profile. But
Okay.
they're just like they're super light.
And that's okay.
I usually only use them on runs at least 6 miles. But
Okay.
they last. I buy Brooks. I love Brooks.
Okay, yeah, I think I tried on a
Not a
couple
sponsor.
Brooks shoes too, and I never would have thought to try them either if it wasn't for this one shoe store. So, damn it, I
forget
wish I
who
would have known the
got me
name.
on
I could give him a little shout out and be like, "You could be a sponsor." You guys,
let's move on.
I was going to say you guys stole my thunder a little bit, but I've been working at least towards trying to get some running back in, and a goal that I'm not really directly working to at this second, but I got to get out skiing again this season. I didn't ski once last year. I got a new ski suit, so I guess technically I'm working on it. So I really want to get out there and enjoy, like the 5 or 6 winters we still have before it's just 80 degrees all the time. And Florida's underwater. So we'll get there. All right.
Well, maybe not this winter, but definitely next winter. You could probably Liam might be good enough to start learning to ski. Right?
That'll be the next goal.
2.5 years old.
I'll tell you.
I mean, if it's up to me, yes.
Pete's dreams are to do YouTube videos with cute little kid voices.
Yeah.
He's been watching those for a minute. There's a little girl who is amazing.
Chasing
so
Sage
cute.
is the YouTube channel. It's her dad runs it, and she's like 8 and this like expert black diamond snowboarder now.
Yep.
Cutest thing on that was he caught him saying like one time they were going and just unprovoked she goes like, "Where dad surfs, I surf," and it was just like this tearjerker moment. It's so cool, so heartwarming. He's like I was playing back the footage and I like choked up when I heard that.
Wasn't she the one who asked him about the right of way on a mountain? You were telling us that.
Possibly. I don't know. That they were.
She was like, "Why is he doing that, Daddy?" Oh, because he's stupid, honey.
Probably. But all right. So we got a new question now. If you could instantly become an expert at anything, what would you choose?
I think. Oh, no, it's fine. I was gonna say I think we need a break in that question to edit it right, but it's fine.
No, it's right.
Yeah.
I think we've done this question before, but
All right, spin it again then.
all right.
We have the technology.
Yes. And this will probably be our last question here.
We have 4
Ooh.
minutes left.
What's your favorite pre-game snack or drink?
Pre-game. Is this now live or at home? This is a different question. Live or at home?
Either way, it's beer. It's also
it's probably beer.
It's also my during game drink and post game drink.
So it kind of depends. Before Red Sox game, I always get a sausage with pepper and onions.
That's good.
I don't have any traditions for any of the other teams though. It's been a while since I've been to a Pats game. I just went to a Celtics game, and I swear I do something different for the Celtics every single time. And it's been a minute since I've been to a Bruins game.
I always like a good kind of bar food snack, like either some kind of mixed nuts or like honey mustard pretzels, like that kind of stuff. So
there was a while. So I have season tickets to the PC Friars, which they're playing tonight, and I couldn't go. But there is there's a place called Malted Barley by me, not a sponsor. And then they make their own pretzels. And during one season, I would go there either before or after a game and have a pretzel.
I don't really like big pretzels.
No?
I think I'm a monster.
I feel like this is the most controversial thing so far in the show.
But these are these they make it with like great dips. Like there's one, John, you would probably like it. It's stuffed with mozzarella cheese, and then you have it with a little marinara sauce. That's one of my go-tos there.
Does it serve it on the big fancy hook?
No.
Because you do it at a restaurant? No?
No.
Like? Okay, so I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna do it if these balls could talk, and I'm gonna change the subject. For our friend Colin. Hey, Colin. For his bachelor party, we went to literally the fanciest restaurant I've ever been to.
Oh my god, that place is crazy.
I think we spent $1,000 with like 14 people.
Bacon was hanging off of a fancy like hanger.
So it was clothesline bacon. So they had thick cut bacon.
Beautiful bacon.
It was just covered in maple syrup, and it was on a clothesline with strings of like rosemary on it, and they just put the whole thing in because it had singe marks on it. So they like probably cooked it on an open flame.
Oh yeah, it was incredible.
And they gave these fancy scissors to cut it off the clothesline. It was amazing. It was the most amazing thing I've ever eaten.
That was the most unique restaurant food presentation for an appetizer.
Did anyone try to grab it with their hands still? That would have been me.
I think we did. I don't know. When we left that restaurant, Alan and I were
like, I don't need those scissors.
Yeah.
Yoink.
I kind of overheard Alan like being like, "Oh man, like this place is so expensive," and I'm like, "Dude, I know." Like it was really pricey, but it was super good.
I can definitely hear Alan in my head saying that too,
but
in his Alan voice.
So then when everybody got up, Alan and I looked at each other and then looked at the food that was still left on the table, and we just started grabbing shit on our way out. We were just like shoving it down our throats, like, well, you know what? Because it was all so good, and like we both knew that, but it was like, well, you know what? If we both silently agreed to each other, I think like, well, if we paid that much, we're gonna freaking eat it.
Yeah,
we're like grabbing handfuls of food on the way out the door.
That was very good.
Love it. All right, so one more. Are we gonna move on?
One more.
One more. Who is your all-time favorite athlete and why?
Go ahead, John. I'm writing something.
I gotta probably go with Derek Jeter. I think Derek Jeter was probably. It's like there are not a lot of athletes, even in the 90s and aughts when Jeter played, that stayed with a team. So a guy who stays with a team, who wins, who's clutch in postseason, who never gets into like an argument, never gets any bad press. And I don't really mind bad press, but like bad press, never gets any bad press. And then I think the thing that really sold me on Derek Jeter was 8 years out of the league, with years being an owner in there. He comes and he gives his Hall of Fame speech, first ballot Hall of Fame, right? Because he's Derek Jeter. And he was just the most humble, down-to-earth, nice guy. This past World Series, he was doing the Fox News bench with A-Rod and Poppy, and they brought Volpe up after he hit that home run. Volpe, admittedly, right, lifetime Yankee fan, lifetime Derek Jeter fan, and they just like took a picture with him. He's like, you're going to be an idol just like me, right? You're like, you're doing awesome stuff, right? And so, I don't know. I think Jeter's a pretty quality guy.
Really said to Volpe, you're going to be an idol one day?
No, he said there are kids in New York and New Jersey who want to be just like you. That's what
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Can I give like a homer pick and a non-homer pick?
Go, Bill. Go.
A homer pick was always for me from, probably the Bills, Andre Reed, just because of...
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Because, in his time, he basically, him and Michael Irvin, I would say, were the two that revolutionized the whole idea of a slot receiver in the NFL. It wasn't really a thing, at least it wasn't a thing to have your, like, WR1 be from there. But those two did it over and over and over again. And, just that he was just awesome to watch. Like, he was one of those players that you'd watch and you're like, he moves differently, right? His moves to create separation to get open, when he would catch a pass, the way he would like literally just take people's arms that were trying to tackle him off of him in weird ways and twist and contort his body and then outrun everybody. It was so cool to watch. Non-homer picks, if we're going to stick in football, it's Barry Sanders. There has never been a running back before him or since.
It was so pretty to watch him run.
Oh my God. It's like you're watching a video game.
Did you guys watch the Barry Sanders documentary?
I watched some of it. Yeah, it was incredible. Oh no, I think I did watch it all. It was a 30 for 30, right, on ESPN.
Is that on Max? Wait, yeah, is it Max?
No, it would be on Disney Plus probably if they have all the ESPN stuff. So cool. And then to retire at 30 when he's like still at the top of his game. Didn't he just come off a 2,000 yard season?
Ross. I blame Bobby Ross for Barry Sanders retiring early.
Yeah.
It's on Prime.
Oh, it's on Prime. Okay.
Bye, Barry.
Yeah. Such a cool athlete. And then in my own sport of track and field, I mean, we haven't really had like the Michael Jordan or like the Wayne Gretzky or Babe Ruth, right? Of track. No. Well, okay, Carl Lewis of track and field. Yeah, I guess so. But he was a little bit before my time, so I just didn't know him as well.
Usain Bolt.
That's what I was going to say. Was Usain Bolt?
Usain Bolt.
That's what I'm saying. Was Usain Bolt was going to be my other pick because of just the dominance, and he has his world records in the 100 and 200 that people are like, can those ever be broken?
I mean, someone will eventually break it.
Science says yes, but no one's even come close.
Yeah.
You see Jamar Chase just break like 4 tackles and score like
a
60-yard touchdown.
Speaking of like, that was like an Andre Reed kind of catch there. Where he just dominate
incredible.
after the catch. So those are mine. Sorry.
No,
All right.
sorry. That's a good answer.
I'll be real quick with mine. I'm gonna actually break it down by team. Celtics, Larry Bird.
Clearly.
I mean, 33. Everything that I have is 33, including the house number that I live in is 33.
Nice.
With regards to the Red Sox, Nomar Garcia Parra, maybe not the greatest Red Sox ever, but he was just my favorite player for some reason.
Okay.
Patriots, Troy Brown, and the reason why is because that man did anything that needed to be done for winning the game. He was a wide receiver first. He also returned punts, and one season he was a defensive back.
Didn't you have his jersey too?
Yes, I still have.
I remember that jersey. Yeah.
So those are my favorite athletes. I don't have a favorite Maroon.
It's Marchand, right? You love to hate him. It's Marchand, right? You love to hate him. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Who else licks a guy in a game? And that's
I was giving one answer. I was always a big John Starks fan. Ever since the dunk, I love John Starks.
You love John Starks, yeah.
Love John Starks.
Especially that dunk.
Ever since the dunk, man.
All right, Pete.
Okay. So, guys, we're going to try something a little different here.
We didn't actually discuss how we're going to intro this. Are we going to do...
Well, we're still going to do
Pete's normal reverb,
and
then John will play the... Okay.
No, I'll play the thingy.
I just want to dance.
Yeah. Oh.
I think we all want to dance.
All right, how about this then? Ready, guys? It's time for Mighty Morphin Power Ranking! the number one team, in a couple weeks. They play the Chiefs after they play the Colts this week, so we'll see. All right.
You know who just locked chemistry horns last week? The Golden Child and D-Hop. They had a good game.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know. They look good.
Yeah.
They look very good. D-Hop with 2 touchdowns.
First time since week 7 of last year that Mahomes had 3 touchdown passes at least.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been weird. All right. And the Eagles, riding on the flying backwards butt hurdle of Saquon Barkley, have moved up to number 8. That was incredible.
That was a butt hurdle, wasn't it?
It was, he just like
Well, I think
literally
the Kelsey
just
boys
put
said
his
it.
butt in the guy's face, and then his butt flew over the guy's face, and it was
I
incredible.
think the Kelsey boys said it right. When you break when you make 2 guys miss, it's incredible. He made 3 guys miss, and he ended it by jumping over a guy
He
backwards.
jumped over a guy backwards. Who
Side
does
note,
that?
Not the first time he's done that.
Not the first time.
Really?
No, he did that in blue.
Because people are saying that is the best athletic play of all time in the NFL. So, all right, slow your roll,
I mean, it
then,
certainly
people.
might be. It certainly might be. I don't think that the play while he was on the Giants was as good, and mainly because he didn't just totally juke 2 guys before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he got higher on this one too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Still a lot of movement in the middle, but nowhere near the big jumps we had last week. Actually, the most any team moved this week was 3 spots, up or down. So, looking at the bottom, I didn't quite know what to do with people. The Raiders and Saints, though, are just crashing down to the bottom. The Giants, I probably could have put them a little bit higher than this, honestly, or at least kept them at 30 and just threw the Raiders down to 31. The Panthers, I feel bad for them. I'm sorry. I should have moved them up. They won. Hooray.
They did win.
Let's see them win again. Then I'll move them up.
Well, apparently the Panthers are the Grim Reaper for coaches. And if you lose against the Panthers, you get fired.
That's the benchmark.
So
That's right.
I think it's a good benchmark.
But yeah, right. So
little itty bitty little nugget of a quarterback. He's so cute.
So,
Bryce Young.
I'll
He's
keep
so
this
cute.
kind of brief since there weren't any major moves here, which is what I would usually do in this part of the segment. By the way, to peruse the entire list, please go to our website at iftheseballscouldtalkpod.com
Plug.
and go to the Power Rankings, NFL Power Rankings link. The only notable things I'd want to say is Denver, finally, their Cinderella story is hit a bit of adversity here. We'll see if they can recover. The Bucks.
Baltimore was technically the first real contender that they faced this year.
Yeah, but it was pretty sobering.
I think they have the Chiefs, don't they?
Yeah,
I think they have the Chiefs this week.
They got a tough schedule. I mean, they're in their divisions. They have a tough schedule ahead of them, so we'll see really what they're made of.
Softball of a schedule. There's definitely no collusion at all. The New York Jets. They have a softball for the rest of the season.
Yeah, we'll see if they can creep back up. I mean, they moved up
You
to.
can't collude. It's a formulated schedule.
Yeah, right.
They're not playing any more contenders.
Yeah, I mean they could. I don't think they're going to make
playing
the
the
playoffs
Bills?
though. Yeah, they're playing the Bills.
Or they already faced them twice.
Oh yeah, no, they're. Yeah, no, they have one more game against the Bills towards the end of the year. The Bears, they were doing well, and I don't know. We got to see what's going on with them. That's confusing.
I took a chance on Caleb Williams last weekend against the Cardinals because I thought that would be a nice bounce back game, and he did not. He decided he was going to get sacked 6 times.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I don't think they have enough pieces. They don't have all the pieces yet.
They don't have the coaching really either.
No,
I mean,
They don't have the coaching.
the players you are visibly not with it. With
will
it. They're
see.
not
They're
bought into
facing-
this strategy at all.
They're facing the Patriots this weekend. If they suck again, Eberflus is gone.
Oh
Did
yeah.
you see, Caleb missed DJ Moore like 3 times. He broke his guy just like wide open. He just like missed him.
He was under duress like all game.
And I was so excited for Roma Denze, but it is not your time yet, dude. Just stay in there. Hang in there, buddy. All right.
There's 2 teams I think that are a little low. I think
Okay.
the Rams are a little low.
I've been a little
Only
cautious with them.
19.
I know.
And I think the Niners are too low. Like the Falcons are not a better team than the Niners. The Niners, I don't think, are worse than the Texans.
Niners were on bye, so I probably could
were on
have.
bye.
I probably could have raised them because of McCaffrey looking like he's going to return. But I want to see. I want to see what that looks like first, though, is this like McCaffrey or is this like McCaffrey missing 2 Achilles tendons McCaffrey? Because that's a big difference. So that's why I was a little bearish on the 49ers. I want to see what they do after their bye with him healed back. They very well could rocket up the standings here.
I'm feeling really very good about the way that the Rams look now that all their pieces are back.
They do look better. And, I mean, hey, keep winning. I'll keep moving them up.
I mean, like, Puka punched some dude in the face, and Demarcus Robinson got 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that it's a little bit of a resurgence for him now that Puka's still not really entirely back. I think that Kyren Williams might be a top 5 running back.
Could be.
I mean, right? I mean, he's incredible.
He had a good,
definitely. Maybe not top 5.
He had a good game, though, this past week.
I mean, he's had a great season.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Like, a great season. He kept them afloat when all their guys were hurt. I think that Stafford is one of those guys who's just good enough to win really anywhere he goes. He's not bad. He's not great, but he's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
All right, guys.
The battle of mediocrity between Jared Goff and Matt Stafford continues.
Any other voices of protest here for these rankings this week, or speak now or forever hold your football
Chiefs
gods?
are good. Giants
peace.
are bad. Eagles are good. Panthers are bad. I mean, I think that the interesting part about the season this year is that it's very clear. Very much like our fantasy football team. There were 5 teams that moved positionally in fantasy football of our 12 teams, and the top 5 and the top 3 and the bottom 5 stayed exactly the same.
There's a lot of disparity this season, surprisingly.
No, but there's not.
Sure.
There's a lot people are losing, and actually, what's really interesting, and it's about the NFL, but also about us, is that like people are winning with low scores and losing with high scores.
Yeah.
Brandon's on a 5-game winning streak, and he is only middle of the pack if you look at his overall scoring record. He's like somewhere in like 8th or 9th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
the way,
Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah,
we
shout
know you're
out to
listening.
Brandon.
It's the way the cookie crumbles, bro.
I had that in my head too. All right, guys, and with that, the power rankings are closed for this week. We'll see what happens in week 10, so we can do the week 11 ones next week. And now back. That's so loud. Okay. All right, guys.
We would like to thank one of this week's fake sponsors, Fast Break Burritos. For the quick and the hungry, Fast Break Burritos serves up giant burritos stuffed with fresh ingredients faster than a fast break. Fast Break Burritos. Wrap it up and enjoy the game.
And do a fast break.
Yeah.
You said fast.
That's hard to say. Fast Break Burritos.
Fast Break Burritos.
Fast break
All right,
burritos.
everyone, shall we kick off this shindig?
Hell
Yeah. And I really want a burrito right now.
I like burritos. Did you know there's a Tacos Locos are by us?
Wait, Tacos Diablo?
No, Tacos Diablos.
Yeah.
No, Tacos Diablos.
Super
we have
good.
Tacos Diablos in not a sponsor. But
Dude,
we have
shout
them
out to
right now.
Tacos Diablo, though. From
place is
Nassau,
awesome.
New York. They are amazing. Food truck converted to a whole restaurant.
They make their own Mexican street corn. It's fucking
They're
good.
super good.
Be a good street corn. Oh. Just want the first topic tonight. Could you hear that?
Must have been something you said.
Yeah, well, we got all that part.
All right, so Jason Kelsey has been on football fans' radars probably more so now after he's been retired than when he actually played. But recently he made the wrong kind of headlines after being recorded smashing a spectator's phone. So what happened? Well, Kelsey was being heckled by a fan while attending the Ohio State-Penn State game. This fan allegedly called his brother Travis a homophobic slur for dating Taylor Swift. The aforementioned Kelsey responded by smashing the guy's phone and using the same slur, unfortunately, against that particular fan. He later apologized on the Monday Night Football pregame broadcast. But the question that I have for you guys, do you feel that Jason Kelsey needed to apologize publicly after smashing the fan's phone? And how do you think you would react?
100%. 100% he needed to apologize. It's 2024. Macho chauvinistic bullshit just doesn't fly anymore. You just can't be like, I'm gonna fuck you up, man. I mean,
Yeah, they were.
Well, not a way to be
he was being heckled by this fan, and he used a homophobic slur against his brother.
Yeah.
So that just triggered him.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
he's trying to
so
protect his brother's honor.
So
Jason Kelsey said it correctly when he apologized. He should not have responded with hate with hate.
he had every
said it
right
right.
to be pissed about it and defend his brother, but just not go so far to do the actions he took, like destroying property of the person and slinging the insult right back at the guy. Though that's a bit
honestly, who cares about the guy's fucking phone? It's a $500 phone. Like, who gives a shit? It wasn't even,
Yeah.
The thing is,
Dollars. iPhones are $1,000.
No,
not to Jason Kelsey.
It was smaller. But what I'm saying is, when you are famous, and now Jason Kelsey is in the part of his career, Travis Kelsey too, they're in the part of their career where they're trying to be personalities. When you are famous, you have to be better. You are a role model, and I mean, there's no place for that. There's no place for macho, like, chest bumping. Like, there's no place for it anymore in society. And this is coming from 40-year-old men, right? I mean, we're talking from a place where I just can't stand that from my fucking gender.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Do you think?
I definitely disagree, though. And
why?
It's now. Yes, he should not have used a slur right back at the guy. Clearly, that's a definite no.
Well, he sunk down to the guy's level. Yeah.
I understand that. I understand that. But you're protecting. Hold on, let me finish. Like, listen, you're protecting the honor of your family in that case. All right. I'm sorry. I'm not letting that slide. And if I was as big as Jason Kelsey, that asshole needs to be taught a lesson. Okay.
Why?
Like, you shouldn't be trying to just get a rise out of people. Like, maybe he'll now think better now about heckling
100% trying to get that exact reaction.
Absolutely.
But here's the thing. Would you, and let's just say you're 100 pounds bigger because we're kind of small people, but like, would you scream homophobic slurs at people?
No,
because that's not the right thing to do. And when you say it when you're mad, when you say it when you're put in a corner, it means you say it all the time. I mean, it does.
Do you feel though that he had a right to be,
he had a right to smash that kid's phone. I have no problem with him smashing that kid's phone.
So you agree
that kid was an asshole, and he deserved
he had a right to be upset about it and defend his brother, but just not in the
we're all in
the
agreement
way that
about
he countered
the
it.
language was not right, but the action, I'm more interested about the action.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that because that kid was an asshole. He deserved to have his phone smashed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But
what would have been best is if he would have sung the Taylor Swift song, "This is why you can't have nice things."
I mean, what's his face when Elon Musk made like a fake pass at Taylor Swift on Twitter, like, "I'm gonna have your babies" or whatever.
He said that's so gross.
I did not see that.
It was so gross, right?
I don't remember that.
And Travis Kelsey was like, "I play football, man. I'm actually a 230-pound, 6'4" man, and I will kill you." Like, that's fine. That's protecting your family. Like, I mean, there is a difference between being hateful and being masculine, let's say.
So I'm gonna defend Jason Kelsey again because I think I made a mistake about a week ago. I was just this was during kickball playoffs, and John, you can edit this out if you think this is gonna get us canceled. But I was just heckling someone about, I was telling him to do push-ups, and he was like saying, "I don't want to do push-ups," and then this kind of came out. Well, you can do girl push-ups, and that's clearly not the right thing to say because that's a very derogatory term towards females, obviously. And as soon as I said it, I was like, shit, like, I should not have said that. And there were a lot of women around me too that was like, oh.
They're like, they're probably like, "Mark, we'll show you your fucking girl push-ups." And they would probably kick your ass.
John, in a lot of respects, you're right. It's what we kind of grew up with, that kind of culture and that mentality. Is this something that I truly believe in? No. But unfortunately, it's something deep down inside me, and it made
from
me
your
say
childhood,
I mean,
vernacular that just slipped out.
No, it's just like we all have testosterone. We all get pissed off. I honk at people. I put my middle finger up at people when they. I mean, like, we all do that. I mean, it's because.
But that's different than using derogatory language in some respects.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Well, because I think we're just, hopefully, as a society, we're a little bit more aware of just those kind of things, like things that directly affect people in that certain ways. Right. The hate speech kind of stuff. I feel like we're a little bit more cognizant about now.
I mean, when you get that emotional, you don't have a filter, right?
No, like that's right. Stuff can just blurt out, but I don't know.
And I mean, at the end of the day, right? Like, you think about it. You just think about, like, nobody was in danger. Travis can take care of himself. He's a big man. Also very famous. Like, nobody's getting hurt. Nobody's saying anything.
Jason, you mean?
I mean, like, no, I mean Travis.
Oh,
like, Travis is a
from
big man.
the
He can
from the
take care of
online
himself.
insult, yeah.
He didn't need Jason Kelce to
And
protect him.
he's dating Taylor Swift. Okay, he's winning in life. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Mhm.
Winning in life, exactly. Like, exactly. So I think it was wrong, and I'm glad he apologized, honestly. And I think his apology was pretty spot on.
Do you think
honestly.
he only apologized because he is on ESPN and
And he's
Disney
scared
is
of his
his
wife.
boss?
I mean, it might have
No,
been.
and he's scared of his wife because his wife.
So you
is
think he
definitely
would
in charge of-
apologize regardless of the TV gig? That he
But I
has?
mean, that's hard to say. We don't know him personally.
I know. I think that he probably apologized because he's trying to be famous.
I mean, we don't know
Because
that though.
I
Like
think-
he might have had the similar thing where like it blurted out in the heat of the moment, and then he's like, "Ah, shit, that was a stupid thing to
seems
say."
like
Like
I think we're gonna circle this back.
Mhm.
Jason Kelce seems like he is a good family, like good person, right? And the way he was brought up in Cleveland, playing football his whole life, he's just been around all this macho chauvinistic bullshit all his life. But he really loves his daughters, and I think he was trying to like level set a good example. Like you can fuck up, and this is true. You can fuck up, but you have to own it. And he owned it. And he owned it almost right away. So, like, I don't think Jason Kelce, I think he fucked up, and I think he said the wrong thing, and I think he probably says derogatory stuff in his life, but also he took ownership. And that's all you can ask for people. Just take ownership.
yeah, for whatever reason,
And we're at time.
yeah,
Oh, what a slam dunk.
it was a
John.
good way to end it.
I was like, John's going to end it on that, and he's going to figure out himself.
What a slam dunk. Oh, yeah.
Print.
Print it. Not signed in.
All
Son
right.
of a bitch.
Did I do a Jet song last time? I don't remember.
Uh.
All right, ready? I said 1, 2, 3. Take a ham and come with me, because it's about time for the next topic. Rhyme.
You've done that
one, but it's still very good.
I did. Okay. I guess I.
I enjoyed it though just as much this time.
Next topic, rhyme. It was very fancy, man. My
Yes.
thing closed. It was so sad. All right. Let's talk more football.
Okay.
So,
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
I know. This is why we just need to like license ESPN football music.
after week 9, it's clear that the Dallas Cowboys are struggling. So at 3-5, with Dak Prescott likely headed to IR, it seemed like they'd likely be sellers in this week's trade deadline. Well, the Cowboys continued to surprise and decided to send a 4th-round pick to Carolina for Jonathan Mingo and a 7th-round pick. So Mingo, if you guys haven't heard of his name because he's terrible,
Jonathan Mingo.
drafted in the middle of the 2nd round last year. Mingo has 549 total yards in the NFL of his career, 111 targets and 0 touchdowns. To put it in perspective, the Chiefs paid a conditional 5th-round pick, which could turn into a 4th, for All-Pro wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins.
You say cheat. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
Did I say something wrong?
No, I thought you were still talking about Mingo, and then you were talking about D-Hop. My bad.
No,
Go ahead.
No, I'm making a comparison, Mark. I'm a good journalist. So, is the Jonathan Mingo deal the worst move of the trade deadline? Which one is best? And is Jerry Jones too old to be the GM of the Cowboys?
I mean, Jerry Jones is definitely
yes,
way too
he's
old.
too old to do a lot of things at this point.
He's 80 years old or 82 years old. I forget. He's definitely
he's
at
up
least
there.
80 years old. And I mean, he's still a very smart man, especially for his age. I think so. But he's got to hand the reins over to someone else. He has like 2 sons that could take over the reins, right? I mean, he was great in the 90s.
It's clearly a bad move.
Yeah, he can
it
still
was
be the
probably
owner,
the
but he's
best
got
move
to
that they
learn.
could do. The Cowboys don't have the cap room to get a really big name receiver. So who's the best available receiver they have for the amount of money that they have? Jonathan
deal.
Mingo.
Right,
Why? get a receiver.
But why even
Although they
spend
could have
that?
gotten Kendrick Bourne. They should have gotten Kendrick
Yeah,
Bourne.
Kendrick Bourne's a better name.
At 3-5, why get a receiver when
Because
your
they're the
only
fucking Cowboys.
No, when your only fucking your only quarterback is going to go on IR.
Right. It'd be
Because
different
they're
if
the fucking Cowboys.
it'd be
Jerry
different if
Jones
Prescott was healthy, but what is that going to
Jerry
help?
Jones refuses to believe that it's not 1996 anymore. Okay.
I know.
I mean, they're going to lose this week. They're going to be 3-6.
Yeah.
And the Commanders are going to be 7-2.
Mm-hmm.
They're done. The season's over.
No, they have no. At this point, too. I mean, the NFC is stronger than the AFC this season.
Yes,
they
Tim,
don't have any hope at the wild card.
The Cowboys suck, Tim. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Yes, you were right on that one, Tim. Thank you.
I mean, the best trade deadline move, it definitely seems D-Hop is going to be the best one. They got 2 touchdowns together last week, and I'm sure there's going to be more. And D-Hop was really like, he's going to be a key in January.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's just going to be that guy that's just, Mahomes is going to throw it up and D-Hop's just going to catch it. Like, there's no such thing as a 50-50 ball with
That was
with
the
Hop,
only
D-Hop.
weakness.
Yeah, he's great.
That was the only weakness, that they only had average receivers. And he's a WR1 at
He's
any team in the league.
Probably a future Hall of Famer, honestly.
Oh, he's a by far,
right? Like he's in,
when he wins this ring, which they're going to win. Sorry.
Shh.
When he wins this ring, 3 in a row, with a huge season with other Hall of Famer, Patrick Mahomes, the greatest quarterback that ever lived next to Tom Brady. I mean, it's kind of set in stone, right? I think it's 100% the best move at the trade deadline, especially for a 5th round pick. Jesus Christ.
As long as he and Travis Kelce walk arm in arm off into the sunset and retire after that.
You guys hear that Pacheco might come back before the end of the season too?
Yeah, I didn't think his injury was season ending.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
8-0. Do they win 17?
No.
They don't go 17-0.
No, their division's too tough.
Who beats
I haven't looked at the
them?
schedule.
They could.
Probably not.
Bills have beaten them in the last 2 or 3 times in the regular season that they've played.
With D-Hop?
I mean, they beat them when they had Tyreek Hill in the regular season.
I'm such a...
So, let's see. They do face the Bills in a week and a half, then the Panthers, then the Raiders, and the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers have a pretty good defense.
The Chargers always play the Chiefs hard.
So, and it's a divisional game. That could potentially be a loss. They do face the Browns in Cleveland as well. And we've seen the Browns perform against the almighty teams in the...
I mean, let's be really serious. The only teams that have a chance to beat them are the Bills, the Texans, and the Steelers.
So, and there's one more. They play the Steelers in Pittsburgh.
I just said the Steelers.
Yeah, John said the Steelers.
I'm sorry. And the Steelers, I think, have a phenomenal defense.
It's probably the strongest in the league, I think.
So 14-3?
No, I think they'll probably still beat the Browns. Do they beat the Chargers?
I can see them going, I can see them going 15-2.
If they lose the Steelers, then they're probably not going to play all of their starters in the last game against the Broncos in Denver. I'm going to say that they're going to be 15-2.
Mm-hmm.
15-2.
And that's if the Bills or Texans pull off a win.
Because the Texans should have Nico back by Christmas, by the 21st.
That could be a shootout.
But they don't have Diggs anymore. And that's pretty rough.
That's fine. All they need is Nico.
I guess, right, because they still have Tank Dell, right? He's still fine.
They still have Tank Dell. Yeah. Robert Woods has come back.
Yeah, Robert Woods.
I just picked up Robert Woods actually in another fantasy league because I have CJ Stroud as my quarterback.
I'll always like Robert Woods.
I let him go this season.
Classy dude.
I will.
100 years old, buried on the depth chart.
Yep.
So if the Chiefs do play a bunch of reserves in the last game, we might see the return of Carson Wentz.
Ooh.
I love Carson.
We almost saw him in the game on Monday night when it looked like Mahomes was going out with injury.
No, Andy Reid asked Mahomes if he wanted to come out, and Patrick was like, no. Like, he was mic'd up. He's just like, shut the fuck up.
No, yeah. Mahomes looked like he couldn't even walk. He goes into the blue medical tent and magically comes out fine. So they totally didn't inject him with some kind of complete pain-numbing, ignore all things, super regenerative drug that would be outlawed anywhere else. But, God forbid any NFL player has one whiff of pot.
Total callback.
Yeah.
Is it Deadpool regeneration technology?
I mean, maybe.
It might be Aaron Rodgers' elixir. I don't know.
Oh, that's what it was. In syringe form, direct
All right,
injection to the ankle.
Time.
So what's the over/under on Mike McCarthy getting fired? Is he going to get fired before the end of the year?
100%.
Jerry Jones doesn't tend to do that, though. That's the thing.
Dable out. McCarthy out. Peterson out.
I think Eberflus is the next one to go.
Stefanski, whatever his fucking name is.
Kevin Stefanski.
He's out. Everybody's out.
I know. There's going to be at least 9 vacancies next year.
Yeah. I mean, Sean Payton will keep his job. Denver looks good.
No one's talking about Sean Payton losing his job.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, there'll be a couple that'll keep their jobs.
Yeah.
What's his face?
All right.
Cry McEagles.
Oh, Sirianni, yeah.
Sirianni. Even though he's terrible, he's probably keep his job because the Eagles look good.
Do you all right. Have I done the Seven Nation Army Next Topic song in the past?
You have. I got one though,
all
Mark.
right.
If you
go ahead.
If you're good. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. The next topic.
Awesome.
Next topic.
That's a really high song. I should have lowered that key.
I will be waiting.
I will be waiting for the next topic. Okay, we're done.
Fucking love you guys.
Sorry, we're vamping extra for lack of a guest.
And it's a topic that I definitely like to bring up on this podcast. Let's discuss what's going on in New Orleans after the Saints' former head coach Dennis Allen was given a pink slip after losing 7 straight games, including the lowest Mighty Morphin power ranked team, the Carolina Panthers. Well, this set off longtime wide receiver Michael Thomas, and he began to voice his opinion on social media, stating the real problem is the quarterback Derek Carr. So everyone, did former head coach of the New Orleans Saints, Dennis Allen, deserve to be fired, or is Michael Thomas right that the problem is Derek Carr?
It's not Derek Carr.
It's not Derek Carr.
The first 3 games, they scored 40 points a game.
They went into their slide when Derek Carr got hurt.
Derek Carr wasn't playing in 3 of the losses.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas is a crazy person because every skill player is a crazy person.
He didn't get the ball enough, but Michael Thomas forgets that he's like really old and really injured and is not the same Michael Thomas that he was 7 years ago when everybody picked him number 1 in fantasy. He's not that guy anymore.
Now.
Yeah, but like
old man, get off my lawn.
Yeah, but he's not that guy anymore. I'm sorry.
I mean, Olave got his bell rung 3 weeks in a row. I think he's dead. I think Chris Olave is dead.
And Shaheed's pretty much out for the season too, isn't he?
Shaheed's out for the season.
Definitely out for the season.
Yeah, like
Kamara went down. I mean, they just got fucking.
Their whole team got fucked up.
Did you guys see the tweets that he sent? I actually wrote them down. So first one was, dude, scary and panic, just throw the ball.
Oh.
He also said, get the F out of here. He is so ass.
Wow.
Do try to lie and say I was jealous of them making Chris WR1 whole time. He can't even get a decent ball. He need his ass whooped. And then another one, the last one I noted, they fired all them coaches trying to cover his flaws. He's still doing the same shit.
This just sounds like Odell Beckham fucking riding on his guys. I mean, just like
yeah, but I don't think Odell Beckham ever did that bad.
I mean, his dad started to make fun of
his dad did.
I mean,
right.
I can't stand a skill player who blames the problems of a team on other people on the team. It's not really what it's about.
So
I mean, I don't know.
I think the real topic question then is, has Michael Thomas gone full Antonio Brown?
I mean, it fucking sounds like it.
Like this is just sounds whiny to me.
Can we for a second though talk about the play call that left Chris Olave out to dry last week and probably ended his NFL career? Because that's
you think ended his career? No, I mean, it didn't end his career.
He got head to head. Like I mean, just like the plays that leave the slot guys out in dead man zone and like just up in the air, just like ready to die. I mean, I didn't see the play.
There's a school of
it was
thought.
Really brutal.
Yeah, there's a school of thought that says like those kinds of plays are more on the quarterback than they are on the wide receiver.
Honestly, you should watch it right now, Pete, because it's really brutal.
I hate watching injuries.
He got his head fucking taken
He got his bell rung.
Oof.
He got his bell rung.
Bad. They brought him out on a stretcher. He's not going to play this week. He probably won't play next week.
No. Olave is probably. I'm actually surprised that they didn't put him on IR like they did with Tua.
He's doubtful.
Yeah, he's seeing specialists for concussions.
By the way, that is 2 concussions 2 weeks in a row.
Oof.
I know.
The guy is rough. So
he's like the wide receiver version of Tua.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. We are far from week 1 and week 2 where the Bucks and the Saints were scoring so much, and everybody was like, "Wow, the Bucks and the Saints, maybe they're the real deal."
Dude, he got sandwiched between like 3 guys.
They've scored just as many points in these last 7 games that they lost than the 2 that they won.
Right. Yeah. He got fucking killed.
Yeah. And just dropped limp. That's the scariest part.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, I think there is a big problem.
Oh, wow. Ooh, Ravens just tied this game up.
Who's Wallace? That was a hell of a catch. Run after the catch.
Yeah, who is that dude? He pushed 2 guys.
Is he a rookie?
He literally threw 2 guys off of him.
That was great. Okay. Sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
Oh, I wasn't saying anything.
Or was it John that was saying something before we were like, whoa?
I was doing the same thing you guys were. I was watching the Ravens just throw the ball.
Wallace. What is even his first name?
Wallace.
His first name is Wallace.
Wallace.
He didn't step out of bounds there, did he? I don't think he did.
Didn't look like it.
No, I think he's clear. Wow.
Didn't look like it. So, all right. So we're kind of all in agreement. The problem is not Derek Carr, and Michael Thomas just kind of lit a fire for no reason.
Yeah.
Just because he might have CTE.
He's just moody right now.
It's Tylan Wallace, and yes, he might have CTE. He might be Antonio Brown posing as Michael
the second
Thomas.
coming of Antonio Brown.
It's just that's so sad too, because it's sad reality for a lot of players in this league, man.
Well,
yeah, unfortunately, you're right.
Let's just assume that he doesn't have CTE at this point. I just think it's really easy for players to blame other players, and I think that's unfortunately.
But you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be a team, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's the actual problem.
A team wins together and a team loses together.
When teams lose, people start pointing fingers, and it's really easy to point at the quarterback.
Just missed the extra point.
He missed the extra point.
He did.
Yep.
Yeah. Tuck? What happened to Justin Tucker? Is not the greatest kicker in the NFL.
He's got the yips this year.
Tuck. Oh shit!
Say it higher pitch, John. It might curve.
Hell.
Tuck.
What?
Tuck.
Hell hath frozen over.
Let's move on.
Okay.
I got next topic, no matter what they say. Yes, John's words can't bring me down.
Whoa.
I love it.
All right, so we're going to talk about something really topical, so I have to bring it up since the game is still going on. Right now, the Cincinnati Bengals are probably playing their most important game of the year against division rival Baltimore Ravens after a very slow start of 1-4. The Bengals find themselves at 4-5 with the wild card within reach with a victory. With the loss of Zach Moss, the Bengals are still buyers, acquiring 26-year-old running back Khalil Herbert from the Chicago Bears for a 7th-round pick. And despite their record, the Bengals are 7th in points per game at 26.2 and 5th in overall passing yards on the back of a monster season so far by the coolest guy in Ohio, Joe Burrow. Why do the Bengals always start so slow, and do they have a chance to catch the Steelers or the Ravens?
I mean, do they have a chance to catch I mean, probably not the Ravens. The Steelers maybe. We'll see what happens with the Steelers.
Yeah, but the Steelers are
actually I know. I think by percentage points, I think the Steelers are 6-3, and the Ravens are 6-2. Well, regardless, I think they can still make the playoffs just because they are the Bengals, and yeah, they for whatever reason they go on these slow starts every single time, and it's been for different reasons every single time. Last year was because Joe Burrow wasn't really 100% healthy. And then
they were bad last. They were bad last.
I mean, yeah, his wrist literally, or his hand turned into a giant piece of jello. Yeah.
This year it was because the defense wasn't 100% healthy. I mean, I mean, my God, they lost the Patriots during week 1.
I know, it was very
Yeah.
bad.
They're looking really good now.
they're a lot healthier on defense now, though. So I think they do have the chance to turn it around. And because the AFC is pretty top heavy, I think they have a good shot at making the playoffs.
Is this a must win tonight?
Unfortunately, yes.
I think so too. I think if they don't win this, they go 3 back to the Ravens, and that is a lot.
Well, they're not going to win the division. I think there's no doubt they're not going to win the division. But the only thing that they might have is the wild card, and I think you need to have at least 10 wins to get a wild card.
So there are the Colts are 4-5.
Yeah, even in the weird AFC, I agree.
I don't think anybody is good in the AFC East, so we won't even talk about them. But the Chargers are 5-3, so the Chargers, they get a wild card spot probably. The Broncos are in the running. I think that the Colts probably in the same spot as the Ravens. Not the Ravens, the Bengals. But the Ravens and the Chargers being winning teams and being in second place, I think, is problematic for the wild card situation for all the under 500 teams.
For this week, they play the Chargers, like you said. They played the Broncos. They played the Steelers twice. But they also face the Cowboys, who are awful, the Titans, who are awful, and the Browns, who are awful.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Browns are good.
I think they can split the games against the Steelers. With regards to the Chargers, though, that one's going to be a tough one. So that they might get 2 losses after this week. So what would that put them at? Would that put them at
7 losses?
9-8?
So
7 losses,
10 and 7. Yeah, that's the magic number.
10-7.
Yep.
But if they lose tonight, though, then they'll be 9-8, right?
Yeah, and that I don't think that's going to do it.
Tonight is a must win. Tonight is a must win.
Right, because
I think they have to win.
I mean, you look at the North, and like I always say the North is the division of death.
Division of death.
It is. Either the Steelers, right? Either the Steelers or the Ravens are going to be the top wild card and from that division, and then you have the Chargers, who they're ahead of the Bengals right now in record, and like you said, that's going to be a tough matchup with those two. It's going to be tough for the Bengals to get in. They could be the third wild card team, but they started so slow this season. It's a big uphill battle.
Slow. And it's just so crazy because their offensive numbers are ridiculous. They're having a ridiculous offensive
Well, Burrow at least is being ridiculous. He's having a fantastic season.
Yeah. I mean, like 30 points a game, essentially, right? Which is insane, honestly.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, what is his completion percentage? I saw before this game started, 70% average for the season.
Yeah.
He's got over 2,000 yards passing already.
He's having an MVP type season.
Yep.
And he probably would be MVP had it not be Lamar Jackson having an even better season.
Yeah. And
or being on a loser. I mean, he's on a loser.
I would see for that reason. I would like to put a bit in for him.
He's the number one quarterback in the league offensively. The offensive numbers. Let's say his PPG is highest. His touchdowns are highest.
Mm-hmm.
But they end up under 500. Does he get MVP?
Probably not.
I would argue that he should deserve it for that reason, though.
Well, that's the difference between, and this is the long debate over many sports. You have the most valuable player versus the most outstanding player.
Yeah.
I agree.
So you have
those are two
player
different
with
things.
the best stats versus what makes a player valuable to a team. It's really the one thing, like what baseball has, wins against replacement, right? So that's kind of a measurement against value, being valuable versus outstanding.
Yeah.
Now,
I guess what would the Bengals be
Mike
without
Gesicki
Burrow?
Looks like he's home
almost
in,
nothing.
Cincinnati. He's finally found a place where he's being used the last 3 weeks at least.
Mm-hmm.
I like Mike Gesicki on Cincinnati.
Yeah, not tonight though. I picked him up in like every single league that I'm in, and other tight ends are catching touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
but they're driving now. They're driving now. Something might happen.
I need another touchdown. I need Burrow to score some points.
Do you have Gesicki in AFQL?
Yes, he's my backup to Travis Kelce.
Wait, Ooh. AQFL. I always say AFQL. It's AQFL.
I drafted Mike Gesicki. I have been a Mike Gesicki fanboy, even though he's been kind of floundering through the league.
Did you start him on National Tight Ends Day?
No, I started trying
Because apparently Kyle Pitts does well on National Tight Ends Day every year.
He does. And
That's the only time you start him.
Then I looked at the
traffic,
numbers on the week after, and it was very sad.
Yes. Just National Tight Ends Day.
No,
What? Yeah.
Oh, here goes.
Nope.
I have Joe Burrow on another team.
I mean,
it's
a good year for her, for sure.
I'm a doubleheader this week against probably the two highest scoring team, even though they're not the winningest teams because I am, but the two highest scoring teams in AQFL. So I have a doubleheader against. I have a hard doubleheader. So
yeah, it's gonna be rough.
They need to do it.
Do you have anyone important on bye this week?
I have Tony Pollard and CeeDee Lamb questionable going to Thursday. So fuck my life. Nico's still on.
You're
IR.
welcome, by the way.
That's been really great, by the way. I appreciate you. You've been really helping me through this Nico Collins injury.
I'm glad I could help. Just give me some of your money that you win.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. We'd like to thank another fake sponsor, Kickoff Wings and Things. Start your game day night with Kickoff Wings and Things. Our wings are legendary, and our menu has everything you need to keep cheering. Kickoff, the first bite of victory.
I like it. I'd eat there.
Anything with wings in it. All right.
Right, did you
Don't want to be an American idiot. Don't want to hear about the next topic.
All right. It's a good one.
My turn, right?
Yeah, I think it's yours.
All right, we're going to talk a little basketball. Now, Joel Embiid has had a somewhat tumultuous career in Philadelphia. He is undoubtedly one of the best players in the league with career averages of almost 28 points per game and more than 11 rebounds per game. However, he's never played more than 68 games in a single season. Now, he's had multiple superstars play with him in hopes of contending for a title, including James Harden, Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, and currently Tyrese Maxey and Paul George. He has yet to play this young season thus far, but he has stayed in the headlines with a mystery injury, complaining he's entitled to rest because of all that he's done for the city of Philadelphia, and most recently shoving a journalist for writing a negative column about him.
Ouch.
So, some experts say it might be time for him to move on. And trade talks with a struggling Milwaukee Bucks team for Giannis might be good for both parties. So, everyone, does 76ers center Joel Embiid need to be traded out of Philadelphia after his continuous disgruntled behavior?
I don't like him.
I've never been a fan of him.
I don't like him. He's a thug. He's literally out of spite.
He plays for Philadelphia. They're all thugs.
Yeah, it sounds like a bully.
Stepped on Mitchell Robinson's leg and broke it, and Mitchell Robinson is still hurt because Joel Embiid stepped on him. I mean, literally, that happened in the.
He's also got a big reputation for being a flopper. He's a 7-footer that flops. It was always funny to watch when Marcus Smart was still on the Celtics, to watch the games against them because they would try to outflop each other. They would just take random charges. Sometimes there was actually one, I swear Embiid wasn't even hit and he fell down.
It just seems weak.
Yeah, I mean,
but he definitely seems like a disgruntled old man, right?
I think that he complains a lot. He was super bitchy when the Knicks beat them. I mean, I just don't like Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
And again, this is the thing we've been talking about this episode. Most valuable player versus most outstanding player. He scores a lot of points, but the Sixers never really.
He's not around. He hasn't played more than 68 games in a single season. That's
they never
like 83% of the games, which sounds like a lot, but when you're an NBA player, you should be out there as much as you can. I mean, LeBron James fucking plays every single game.
I mean, and
he's ancient at this point.
The fact of it is that they have on paper a very dominating skill team. They're very, very good on paper, and they should be very, very good.
He's had some great coaches too. Like he had Doc Rivers for a while. Now he has Nick Nurse. They had what was his name from the Mike from the Suns, and I forget what his name is. He's had some good coaches. He's had some good role players. He just hasn't done. This is what I love. Like he played like he's done a lot for the city. What has he done? How many titles has he won?
Right.
0.
Right.
I have won as many NBA titles as Joel Embiid.
That's really good. Congratulations.
And I have a better post game than him. He's just a whole foot taller and a half.
Like a lot.
A lot. Like a third of me.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's pretty much it, right? I mean, like, Joel Embiid is a complainer. He's a little bit of a bitch. I mean, he scores a lot of points.
He's a lot like Cat too. He likes to shoot threes.
Likes to shoot threes.
By the way, what's wrong with the Knicks?
But is it worth
3 and 4?
Is it worth all the circus though?
I don't know. Well, I think one of the things that are currently wrong with the Knicks is that Mikal Bridges is just watching. I don't think they know what to do with all the new pieces.
Have you seen his shot yet?
But like,
It's
I understand.
so awkward.
I understand what you're saying.
That's like how I
They
shoot,
still-
Mark.
They still
Just-
paid. They paid a lot. They paid a lot to get Mikal Bridges to watch Cat and
You're
Jalen
supposed to
Brunson.
bend your elbow when you shoot. He doesn't bend his elbow.
Yeah, no,
They paid a lot. For it.
that's like how I
So,
shoot. I just push the ball and hope it goes in.
I think that the real problem.
But I'm not a
in New
professional
York, at
basketball
least,
player.
Is that they took a really well gelled chemistry unit and they made
Yeah,
it unwell.
the Nova Knicks. They broke up the Nova Knicks.
They broke up the Nova Knicks and
They did the New York thing. Like, no, we want the big name player.
Makes me so mad.
Makes me think that a Steinbrenner is running the the Knicks. Although, to be fair, it's James Dolan, also not the best reputation, right?
Yes. This is what they do all the time. This really reminds me of when they brought in what's his face. Oh my god, my brain.
Easy there, John.
This could be anyone.
No.
The Knicks have traded for a lot of people.
I'm gonna look it up so that I don't sound like a complete idiot, even though I do.
But yeah, the Knicks have not done a lot of good moves in their history. When was the last time they won a title? Back in the 70s, when Walt Clyde Frazier came out from the locker room and he was hurt, and then he miraculously came out of the locker room healthy, and that's when the Knicks last won a title. I believe Phil Jackson was on that team as well.
Probably had some of the
was a
same
player.
stuff Mahomes had.
He was
on
a
Monday
player.
night.
So Pete,
Yo,
my closest experience to being a Bills fan is to be a Knicks fan in the 90s, where we almost did it a lot. We were just good enough to
Finals
lose
once though.
you had Ewing then, right?
We were just good enough to lose to the. I mean, we
Yeah,
lost
you
to
lost.
the Bulls.
You lost the Pistons, and then you lost the Bulls.
Yeah, I mean
No, we
right,
lost to the Michael Jordan. We lost to the Michael Jordan Bulls like 5 fucking times.
right. So you
in the
should have
conference
won championships, but there was that one fucking team that was always in the way.
Well, there was 2 years that Jordan didn't play, and so the Knicks did make the finals that 1 year, and then they faced Hakeem Olajuwon.
Ugh.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
The
I was
dream.
just like,
Right,
I was like, fine, great, wonderful. Jordan's out of it.
which is
we get to
exactly how we're
fucking
like, oh,
win.
finally the Patriots dynasty is over. Oh, damn it, the frickin' Chiefs are in there now.
Right.
It's like,
So it's the closest experience I have to being a Bills fan.
yeah,
not even
the guy
close,
I'm
John.
playing.
I'm sorry.
it's
It's,
a
not even
little
close.
different, yeah. But it's,
The guy I'm
I
playing.
hate-
as
You made the
Mark
finals
Andrews.
once.
But you know
in
what?
The 90s.
I understand his feelings though.
You don't deny his knowledge, Pete.
I don't.
Don't deny my
I
knowledge.
sympathize.
You sympathize with my knowledge.
I'm in a sympathizing mood tonight. I'm drinking
All right.
some good beer
We ready?
and hanging out. Yeah.
I think we're ready.
Keep shining, keep smiling, knowing you can always count on me. For sure. That's what next topic's for.
I feel all warm and cozy after that one.
All right. So
That song randomly came in my head during dinner today.
Fantastic.
I better put these back on. Or I'm not going to be able to read. So this question obviously was for the Paul episode, but since it's happening, we still have to ask it. The heavyweight fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson is finally happening, just over a week away on November 15th. And to hype everyone up, Netflix, Mark, get Netflix, will also be releasing a documentary providing behind-the-scenes look at the preparation for both athletes.
Don't
this
care.
coming
I got
Friday.
TikTok.
The fight was originally scheduled for July, but was postponed due to Mike Tyson having an ulcer, of all things.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Who do we think has the upper hand in this fight, and how will Tyson's injury affect his overall preparedness for it?
I really think I
We're gonna
don't know
get into
why.
like a whole.
I was
I know.
wondering if this topic was
really
coming.
wish Paul. I really wish Paul was here because he would have some tremendous insight
Yeah.
for this. Paul, if you come back, maybe we'll bring this topic up again after the fight has happened. But this, I don't know why. I have this gut feeling that this fight is just rigged. That
It's
Logan
100%
Paul,
rigged.
not Logan Paul, Jake Paul is going to
Jake Paul.
win, and Tyson is gonna just look like a shell of himself.
I mean, he is a shell of himself, but he's probably going to get
But,
paid, which is
on
awesome.
Nearly
purpose,
60
though?
years old, right?
Yeah.
Which is
I-
all Mike
I-
Tyson has ever cared about.
I somehow think it's probably going to happen in like, I don't know, the 4th or 5th round.
Hmm.
Even though I think this is 10 rounds. I don't remember off the top of my head now. But it's I don't know. It's going to be really if Tyson was going to be like fully Mike Tyson, he would knock him out in the 1st or 2nd round. Okay? I don't care that Tyson is almost 60 years old. The man is still a dangerous individual.
Right. And I mean, anyone that played Mike Tyson's Punch Out on NES would know, right? Those first minute and 15 seconds were just one hit, you're dead.
You gotta
he
dodge.
just needs one
You just gotta
punch.
dodge,
Yep.
though,
Just
right?
one
That's
punch.
what it is. It's the super punch.
Dodge a super punch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dodge, dip, dive, duck, and
So
dodge.
I found this little thing while I was frantically searching for news about this fight. Which did you say it's November 15th? So that's coming up.
Yeah. It's a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, wow.
And then, so they're putting out the documentary tomorrow. So there's a little
Like a premiere, kind of like a prepping kind of thing to get everybody psyched for it.
So people get psyched.
I don't want to do anything that's going to promote Jake Paul. I really don't.
So
I will not get Netflix, although I will be at another house that will be watching the fight live. Again, I really think.
So he doesn't have to pay for Netflix.
I'm going to be on already at their house. Exactly. I'm just going to be there. I'm not adding to his numbers.
Yes. Burrow's attempted 46 passes.
I don't know why. I just have this strange feeling that this fight is just not going to be what it's been hyped up to be. And that, again, it's probably going to end in the 5th round by some stupid reason.
I mean, when you hype a fight for this long, it's very hard to live up to.
I don't think there's going to be like some kind of knockout. I just think it's just going to be some stupid reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to live up to this kind of. Oh my God, Jamar Chase. That looked smooth. He's still not. He's just taunting now. He's not even in the end zone yet. What is
Go
he?
in.
Wow.
Go in, buddy.
That was amazing. I'm sorry. Okay. I was going to bring up before that was, wow. Okay. That was some showboating right there.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
Wow, that was funny.
That's technically taunting. I don't know why he doesn't get a flag for that.
Because he didn't he didn't do it at another player.
It's technically, I'm sorry.
He did it at the entire Baltimore defense.
The intent was taunting.
Taunting against the entire other team, pretty much. Wow.
Although I'm not going to lie, I probably would do that too, especially considering it's the 4th quarter and you want to run as much clock off as you can, I think.
Hey,
so you just stand at the goal line. I've done that in Madden.
When there's that much empty space between you and like your nearest threat.
There's a lot of space.
I mean, come on.
Focus.
Okay. So
Focus.
One thing I was going to bring up was I just saw this article here. Lennox Lewis, one of the few people to ever knock out Mike Tyson, issued a strong warning to Jake Paul about the upcoming fight. Still now, at 58 years old. But he seems to still think that Tyson's an extreme threat here.
Glad you brought up Lennox Lewis. We're going to talk about him a little bit in the next topic.
Ooh, a little teaser there.
Nice. Well, I think that we have, and we talked about this when Paul was on the show last time, and we talked about this fight the last time, and actually the time before that. Mike Tyson was a professional fighter for a really long time and beat a lot of really good professional fighters. And while Jake Paul has done boxing as his thing,
he's never really fought anyone, though.
He's never really fought anyone.
Yeah.
I think that sort of evens out with the fact that he's like 25 or 26 or whatever, and Mike Tyson.
He's an internet sensation. He's essentially an influencer that also boxes.
Right.
Yeah, that just sounds like he's in trouble.
Him and his brother like to get punched in the face. They like being famous, and they found a niche. They did.
They found a niche.
Yep. To be specific, the quote Lennox said, or unless this is in your next topic, otherwise I'll save it for you.
No, you say it.
I mentioned Lennox Lewis, but you can talk about it.
Okay. So he said Mike Tyson knows how to throw big body shots and big head shots specifically.
Yeah.
We just have to see if he's going to do it in the ring. I hope he does. I'll be there, and it's going to be exciting. So that was what Lennox had to say.
I will say this about the Paul brothers. Yeah, I think it is good for boxing. That's exactly what we're going to talk about next topic anyway.
All right.
But I will give this. So, and I'm going to talk specifically about Logan Paul in the WWE. That kid does give it all, his all. I mean, he's been hurt pretty much after every single one of his matches because he's just putting his body on the line and he's doing whatever it takes to put on a good show. And I somehow I believe that Jake Paul does that too, even though I've never actually seen a live fight of his. But you have to be that entertaining and that good, I think, in order to captivate a large audience. So it's going to be a good show, but is it going to be good fights? I have my doubts.
See that interception? Cam Taylor-Britt is.
That was an INT. Wow. So much for Lamar's 142.
Was it? I have him on my fantasy.
Oh yeah, that was clutch.
Cam Taylor-Britt?
Nope, he dropped
totally
it.
Picked it.
No, it's a drop.
Maybe.
Did he?
Yeah.
No, maybe he cradled it.
I don't know.
That doesn't matter.
I'll cradle you.
Either way, Mark, you're going to destroy me this week. It's fine.
Pete's team is very bad.
It's just injured. All my starters are injured.
I practiced this one before you came on, John. Ready? Pete heard it.
Mm-hmm.
I see a little silhouette of a man. Next topic. Will you do the fandango?
Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening. See?
The next topic. That was amazing.
Fucking love you guys, man.
My turn, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you had already teased your topic.
I know. Hey, I've been having something that's almost 60% alcohol.
This is true.
We recently had the 50th anniversary, guys. I couldn't believe it when I actually researched this. We have recently had the 50th anniversary of the Rumble in the Jungle with Muhammad Ali and George Foreman facing off in the country formerly known as Zaire in Africa. These heavyweight boxing matches used to be enormous spectacles with capacity crowds and pay-per-view broadcasts, usually about 2 to 4 each year. There used to be so many premier heavyweights, including Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano, and of course the aforementioned Ali and Foreman. Now, all boxing has is a nearly 60-year-old facing an internet sensation, which we just talked about. So, everyone, do we feel that heavyweight boxing spectacles like the Rumble in the Jungle will remain in history and won't be a thing again?
I think it's definitely past its golden age.
Yes, I think.
I mean, who was the last great heavyweight boxer? Can you name one?
No.
The guy that I talked about last time? No.
Vitaly Klitschko is probably the last.
Okay.
Well, you know what? To be fair, Tyson Fury is currently the heavyweight champ, but he has really not faced anyone with the exception of Deontay Wilder, and Wilder hasn't really shown up to any of those matches. So Fury has like no one to fight. But there used to be so many good heavyweights.
Sure. It's kind of a lost art, I think.
I mean, boxing, the sports betting is a big thing now, but for all sports. But the original sport that had a lot of betting was boxing.
Sure.
Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, that was a huge part of the game. Which I find interesting because wasn't gambling pretty much outside of Vegas illegal in the entire US?
Exactly.
That's what the mafia was for.
Yeah, that's true.
Never mind that. We don't talk about it.
I mean, nothing happened.
Total legitimate businessmen.
Right.
I miss the days of those really big heavyweight fights. I think the last one that was like huge was probably Lennox Lewis versus Klitschko.
I just saw Derrick Henry's butt. And I can't unsee that.
I think that Klitschko
Sorry.
is he is a definite name in boxing.
But again,
also
he
has
didn't
the-
really.
he also
He
has the
held the
shortest
title
wife
for
in
a
Hol-
while.
He has the
He
shortest
does.
wife in
Hayden
Hollywood.
Panettiere.
She's so tiny.
She's so tiny. It's not fair.
This
Short girls should date short guys. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's another story. But Klitschko held the title for a long, long time. I believe it was like 4 years that he held the title.
Yep,
And
he did.
Fury has held the title for a long, long time as
He's
well.
had it for a long time too.
But they have no one to face.
They don't.
So is it just they're just so much better than everybody else, or is there just not the same caliber and quality of training and
Everyone's
potential athletes for the sport?
Yeah, this is one reason why this was a perfect question for Paul, because a lot of heavyweights are trying to do MMA now.
Yeah. Oh, he'd be a great insight on this. All right, Paul, get back to us on this. We want to hear your thoughts.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, I will never say never when it comes to when it comes to anything. I think somewhere down the road, there's probably going to be two giant personalities that happen to be heavyweight boxers that'll bring the sport back. Because
I feel like it's got to be two,
the
though,
sport is
so you
still
have
around.
that epic
The sport is
matchup.
still around.
No, but let's think about it. Let's just think about it from a perspective that we can like judge. Vladimir Klitschko, 6'6", 240. Tyson Fury, 6'9", 260. They just don't make men like that.
That's a big man.
Well, they do, but they're playing other sports.
Right, they're in the NFL.
Right.
That's not. They're not fighting each other in the ring.
So Tyson Fury, 6'9", 260, comes at you and punches you in the face. You fall down.
Yeah.
I mean, you fall down because Tyson Fury is
I don't think he would.
very, very strong.
Dude, I'd get obliterated.
Because he's 6'9", 260.
I have faith in you, Pete.
I might dodge one.
He's a large man.
I might dodge one or two, and then the third one would pop me so hard.
And like
I'd
Deontay
be
Wilder,
done.
6'7", 220. Like Deontay Wilder, small, I guess. Like, I mean, how do you beat a man who has the wingspan of a plane?
You don't.
You don't beat him. It's just you don't. So,
Unless you find another man with a wingspan of a plane who's willing to fight the guy. Which is what Mark's calling for. We need maybe that's just it. It's like you need that influx of talent that's genuinely interested and passionate in the sport to revive it. And until you have that,
is it the fact? Yeah, is it the fact that all these heavyweights are just doing other sports? I mean, you have professional wrestling too, right?
Right.
Professional wrestling has no problem finding heavyweights, especially big names.
You have the prototypical athletes with the bodies and like ability to do it, but they're just not interested in that specific type of fighting or sport. So what causes those athletes to get back into it is the question.
When you can make money not getting punched in the face repeatedly,
I mean,
probably
maybe that shows that like, you know, people have choices now, and there are just too few
something that I brought up. The natural like in another question that I'm not going to get to, but like the natural like merge between like the WWE and the UFC, and then like MMA and sports entertainment, and just like the idea of like it becoming more of like a multimedia thing, like the fight at the Sphere, which is one of my questions. The fight at the Sphere was like they had this big like video presentation, and they were talking about the history of like South American fighters and like Hispanic fighters and like just the background of it. But they had this whole big like presentation that went along with it, and I just think that there has to be something that makes boxing more for 2024, right?
Yeah,
because I think it's a little bit of an old-fashioned sport, right?
Yeah,
old-fashioned.
Well, just right. And I had mentioned before, like, you know, these hyper athletes that would be great fighters, they have choice. They also have choice in what kind of fighting they want to do. It's not like the old days where it was boxing or nothing pretty much for the highest profile of professional fighting. Like you said, we have all these different leagues that are merging, that are doing multimedia events. So it's just that talent is just spread out amongst a lot more stuff.
Well, and another thing about the TKO group, it makes a lot of sense to have all these athletes who do a very, very similar thing going between the sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the writing was on the wall when you saw a number of UFC athletes, like more than 10, go to the WWE.
Yeah.
And we're at time. Mark, do you know what time it is?
Wait,
no.
What happened?
What? There it is. Do, 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 do.
It's the final topic. Close enough.
We got enough of it.
Lower.
I do promise, Mark, I will get you an interface.
It's the final topic.
That works.
See, I heard that whole thing.
We'll just transpose it up in post. It's fine.
I heard that whole thing. All right.
It's the no.
Damn it.
We're gonna get this right. We're gonna get this right.
All right. Everybody donate towards new interface and a new
No,
USB.
this has nothing to do with the mic. This has, or the cord. This has something to do with the settings.
Yeah, but we get you an interface and you bypass all the settings.
Bypass. So, guys, I'm going to talk about it just a little more, so bear with me. It was a roller coaster week for the Yankees. Ace Garrett Cole.
Just can't
Monday,
quit it.
I can't quit you. On Monday, he decided to
Can't
remain
stop,
with
won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. On Monday, he decided to remain with the New York Yankees on the 4-year, $144 million contract he opted out of on Saturday. Before that, the only way that Cole would remain a Yankee without reaching free agency was if the club voided his opt-out with a 1-year, $36 million contract extension. However, big man Brian Cashman called his bluff, and Cole realized that he was a 34-year-old after a career bad season with kind of a bum elbow. How do we think Cole would have fared in free agency if he walked this season? What do we think about Cole's move? And was it mostly Scott Boras angling for more out of the ace?
I think Cole probably would have done all right on the free agent market because there are just some franchisers that are just
dying
blind,
for a starting pitcher.
dying for a starting pitcher. Exactly.
Would he have made more than the
Yes, I think he would have made more.
More than the 36 or more than the
No, not more than 36. I think he definitely more than the 4-year 144.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think this was probably a move too that he wanted to potentially win a title. Because, he came pretty close this year, right? They made it to the World Series. His first World Series that he's ever been to.
That's right. After
once you get the taste,
career.
once you get the taste of that championship, you can't let it go.
But why the sorry guys? I mean, it's 4 days. Sorry guys. I'm sorry. It's fine. I'm sorry. I'll stay.
Because that's probably what it was. This was probably a negotiation ploy, and it's probably by Scott Boras.
Probably by Scott Boras.
Because Boras is an asshole.
Fuck that guy.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing that has happened to baseball. I mean, we'll see what happens with that. First of all, I didn't realize that you could deny an option and then just prick and then say, "I'm kidding." 4 days later, because I always thought it was 3 days that you had with contracts.
I got another Scott.
I didn't realize there was an out grace
will
period
they,
there even.
Will they be able to sign Juan Soto?
Honestly, I don't think so. The meeting with the Mets and Steve Cohen was today. I did not read how that went, but that happened today. At the end of the World Series in the press conferences, Juan Soto said that all 32 teams have the same chance. So it pissed a lot of Yankee fans off.
I'm sure the Rays have a great chance considering their whole payroll is as much as they're going to pay Soto.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that weird floater pass? Jesus, he's so good at football.
I mean, I've heard some experts say that it's only between the Mets and the Yankees. I don't fully believe that at all.
The Dodgers don't have any money left, but maybe they'll figure it out.
I seriously think the Giants are in play. I think they're a dark horse on this because they've spent money in the past, not necessarily very wisely, but they've done that now. And so here's what they could possibly do as a sales pitch for Juan Soto. Barry Bonds had a great career in San Francisco. You could be the next Barry Bonds, right? Wouldn't that be a good sales pitch?
Yeah, but who
Never mind.
protects him?
Never mind. He did steroids.
Who protects him in San Francisco? Like, how does that lineup look? I mean, the lineup in New York, both teams is much.
I'm not
better.
100% sure Soto cares about that. I think Soto just cares about the money. That's why he went to the Padres. Padres gave him the most money. He wasn't a very good fit in San Diego because that ballpark, especially the right field, is deep.
Yeah, that's probably true. And I mean, maybe that's it. When you're 26 and you've been in the World Series 4 times, who gives a
That's
shit?
true. You just assume you're going to go every year because of you, right?
Yeah. I mean,
4 times?
Maybe, and honestly, maybe.
Is that accurate?
Maybe not. I exaggerated. He won the MVP
He won it.
when Washington
He won that with the Nationals. This year with the Yankees. I think this is only his second one. But still, 2 World Series by the time you're 26 is a lot.
It's pretty good.
Never mind that he started when he was 19.
Oh, he was on the
Maybe it was
team at night. Damn.
Maybe it was 20.
He was in Major League Baseball at 19.
Wow.
Yeah. But I think I think his first World Series was when he was 21 with the Nationals.
He was on Washington. Yeah, only 2. You're right. But with the Nationals, and that was a 7-game series against Houston.
Wow,
in
what great memory!
2019.
I guess I'm not that old. How can I remember that, and yet I can't remember what I had for breakfast this
He's
morning?
a 320. According to StatMuse, he has a 326 batting average in the World Series with 4 home runs and 8 RBIs. Because he is a beast.
Did any of those home runs come in this World Series?
No, he was actually kind of bad in this World Series.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably won us the LCS, but
Well, we definitely won you the ALCS.
he was kind of bad in the World.
And then he was like, "I'm done."
Done. Disappear.
It's like,
Nazi
I'm done.
left.
All I'm gonna do is.
I like how it
That
just
was
cuts
great.
off though.
That was great. It can only be 15. It can only be 5 seconds.
But it doesn't fade out.
My
It
new
just
favorite
stops.
soundbite.
Shh, it's
It's my new
fine.
favorite
great.
soundbite on this.
It's fine. I made
Five-star
it while I was watching Once Upon a Time.
It's
It's like a 4-minute.
It is
Mark's
so
like,
loud.
It
Mark's
is
like,
so
use this
loud.
really loud.
Mark's like, use this 4-minute MP3. I'm like, I guess.
It was again. It wasn't
Hey.
supposed to be for the soundboard. It was supposed to
It
be.
was
for
supposed to
Pete's
be
segment.
background music for my segment, yo.
Do you think? Okay, let's really get into this. Do you
Wait,
think
wait
that if
for
the
it.
Yankees?
Go
Do you
ahead.
think that if the Yankees use that $700 million and they get, and I've seen the list.
First of all, Soto is not
um,
making $70 million. Or $700 million. Whatever. He's not going to equal the Shohei contract.
He's gonna.
You know
equal the Shohei
why?
Contract
You know why? Because Soto doesn't.
because he doesn't pitch.
He doesn't pitch.
Well, Shohei doesn't pitch either, apparently.
Did he not pitch
Wait.
at all in the series?
That is a true fact.
He didn't pitch all year because he had Tommy John last year, and they're trying to protect him.
And he's not going to pitch the beginning of next season.
And,
either.
and you know what he did? You know what he did in Game 2? He blew out. He dislocated his shoulder on his pitching arm,
And that's why I won't be pitching in the beginning in the spring training.
Damn.
and that's why he won't be pitching in spring training next year. And I mean, they have this huge number.
I didn't mean to do that one.
They have
Sorry.
this huge asset that they're just like, all right, eventually.
You're a huge
eventually."
asset.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I think that the Yankees can probably fill in that space with a lot of really good players. And
John,
still,
I love you. The baseball season has been over for 2 weeks now, and you still want to talk about the Yankees.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's not even hot stove season in baseball yet, and you still want to
No.
talk about the Yankees.
Well, I mean, I think that
The Yankees who almost won the World
He's
Series,
still
but
he's
not
still
really
still trying to
because
process
I
this
predicted
here.
it correctly that they were going to lose it in 5 games. How proud am I?
I think
I'm so proud that I'm going to do this right now.
It just ends so abruptly though. I'm like, I'm just getting into it. Oh, it's over.
It's over. It's 5 seconds, baby. 5 seconds.
That's what she said.
That's all
That's
you
what
get.
she said. Yeah, baby.
And on that. Oh, that is a first down. You can't even say that's not a first down.
That's a first. All right.
Oh,
we
did it
made
hit the ground?
He took 2 steps.
Oh, he
All
got
right.
the catch. Is the question is
One.
it spotted at the first down marker?
2.
Knees down right there. I couldn't see where
Oh, the other receiver got held. They were like hugging each other.
I know.
Anyway, so that has been our topics. We will be back next week for a special crossover episode where we join the VHS Club podcast
Yes.
with Katie Fox and Natalie Burnett, where we will review the 90s cult classic, The Sandlot.
Super excited for
In the
that.
meantime, you can catch up on old episodes on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/@IfTheseBallsPod. And don't forget to subscribe to us by tickling that little bell.
Tickle.
You can also follow or like us on our socials at If These Balls Pod on X, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and TikTok. Our website is www.iftheseballscoulddtalkpod.com. This is Mark Pesci, and for my partner, Sean Companion, and producer Pete Steffen, that's what we feel they would say if these balls could talk.
All right, good night,
Bye,
everybody.
guys.
If these balls